care what you're doing!
I don't know what I'm doing! Shit! What's going on, guys? It's gonna be like a little short video that I've been thinking about pretty much ever since like Subnautica 2 came out. I've just been thinking about ways that they could like improve it and like how they could increase like the longevity, the lifespan of the game with like what they're gonna add in the future and stuff. So this kind of just gonna be like a shorter video on like the top 5-ish things. It's not really 5, it's just top 5 in the title because it's like a catchier thing, whatever. Make more people click on the video, hopefully, but it's gonna be about like a couple of different things that I just think that they should add to the game and just stuff that I felt like was lacking from the current build. And I know some of the stuff is in development already. Like I know like I'm gonna talk about some vehicles that I would like to see added later. And I know they're doing like the Trident submarine, like the little cube thing. So with that being said, I'm just gonna give a little bit more intro. I played the early access like right when it first came out. So right now I have like roughly like 20 hours and I have like 1.5 playthroughs done. And honestly, I really liked what I played so far. I thought it was like really good. The story and world just actually did such a great job of hooking you in and leaving you wanting more. Unfortunately for all of us, the game is a ways from completion, but I think this video will serve as a nice piece of feedback to the devs as to what I think they should add next in the coming updates. Keep in mind, I know the game is in early access, I'm not stupid, I know the game is nowhere near finished, but these are just some things that I'd like to see prioritized as additions, and I know they'll probably release most of these at some point, but I still want to talk about what I feel like the game is currently lacking. So I think for me right now, one of the main things that I think that they need to work on is just having better stability and connection, and I'm pretty sure that's like going to be one of like the first things that they do is like try to make the game more stable. I think this is going to be one of the key things that they need to work on first, and looking at the roadmap, it's clear that bug fixes and stuff like this are a priority for them. But for me, like through my several play sessions that I've had already, the game kept crashing around like 4 hours into each session, and like I don't really understand how like the autosave function works because I was playing on a multiplayer world, so it would like randomly crash and set us back a little bit or not at all or a lot. Like it was kind of confusing, at least for me. So if they could kind of just work on that, fix the crashing, lagging, and rubber banding that occasionally also happens, especially like when you're entering vehicles, exiting vehicles, entering kind of habitats or exiting them, you kind of get this like weird rubber banding. And I've also had it where like randomly when I'm in the tadpole, I'll just get like teleported back to my base to redock. That shit's like super annoying. Oh my god. And then also, this thing has fucked me over and my group several times where you're like trying to dock out of like the tadpole docking station in your base and it just keeps redocking you. I don't know why that happens, but that shit is so annoying. Like if they could fix that, that would be awesome. I feel like bug fixes right now, #1 priority for them, like, because what's the point of adding all the extra cool content later if the game runs like shit, you know? So I think that should be like the #1 priority for them right now. And like I know it's an early access game, so these things are bound to happen, which is why I'm not upset about it, but you know, that's definitely like my biggest complaint so far is just the stability and connection, for sure. Like at least it's not as bad as like PUBG was when it came out on Xbox One. Oh, that game was actually terrible. And so like I know it's early access and stuff, so like I'm gonna try to like refrain from shitting on it, but you know, for early access games it's not terrible, but you know, it's got some work to do. So another thing I've been thinking about, like especially like in the late game, is you have a bunch of these like random materials that are only really used for like 1 or 2 recipes, and then you just like collect a bunch of it and it just sits in your base and you don't really use it for anything. So stuff like the conduit crystals or celestine isn't really used for that many recipes. And so I think with like the abundance of the resources in the game, and then when you also have like the metal farmer or whatever, I just feel like they need to add like more recipes with like pre-existing materials instead of adding new recipes and new materials. Like obviously they should add some new ones later on, but like try to like make it so that way the ones that we have now are just like completely useless in later stages of progression, if you know what I mean. So if they had it like, I don't know, this is just a random example I just randomly thought of. So like the multi-tool, for example, you could like turn it into like a thermal knife like you could in Subnautica 1, and it like requires some like the pre-existing materials you already have and like a battery or something. I think that would be pretty effective in kind of like minimizing the waste of like late game materials, because it seems like, at least like from how I felt, I was always running out of like the basic stuff, like always running out of titanium, copper, silver, quartz, but like I had a shit ton of like celestine and like a mantite or whatever, that like the green spiky one, whatever it was called. I had a bunch of that just sitting in my base that I really only used a couple times. So like if they could just add like more crafting recipes with those materials, that'd be sick. At least that's what I think. Or like another thing would be like not even just crafting recipes. If they gave you like more like building options that would like maybe use those resources or something, like maybe you can make like a nuclear power plant with like a bunch of like those late game materials that auto runs, gives you energy for your base or something. I don't know, just like random little things like that would be sick. So another thing I would like to see them add would be more vehicles. I really like the tadpole and like kind of like how it's what's the word, like modular, like how you can have like the hole that like lets you store more stuff, or like the stingray whatever that makes you faster. I think that's kind of cool, but I would also like to see like multiple different kinds of vehicles, not just more like additions to the tadpole. So like I saw they're making like the rectangular, like the trident like submarine. That's kind of cool, but it'd be better, I think, because this is a multiplayer game, if they like reintroduce like the Cyclops, because like in Subnautica 1 the Cyclops is like a ginormous ship that really feels like it needs multiple people to properly man, at least based off the size. So I think if like in like the later game, so okay, because this is like my vision. So you have the tadpole as like your early game vehicle, very modular and stuff, and then you have like the trident submarine that they're making, the rectangle, that one's for like the mid game, and then you have the Cyclops for like late game deep sea exploration. That would be super cool, I think. So it would be like the tadpole goes down to like 500 meters, then like the trident goes down to like 1,200 or something, and then the Cyclops to like 18 or like 2,000 meters. I think that would probably be cool. Also because it's like kind of sick like to have like multiple vehicles in your base, kind of like having like an armada or something like that of different ships. Like that'd be cool. Or like having like different ships for different things. Like that's kind of why I like the tadpole so much, that it's like so modular. Like I really want to see them add more modules. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I saw on Twitter the other day they're making like a prawn suit module for it. That's cool too. Like a little mech suit would be cool like in the first game, but definitely I want to see more vehicles, more submarines, more stuff like that would be sick. Okay, so this next one is a little bit controversial, so please, unknown worlds, do not execute me, do not dox me, do not find my family and murder them, please, I'm begging. I have defending yourself against creatures. Now, I'm not advocating for the murder of innocent, in quotes, sea animals, but I would like for a way, like a better way for us to be able to defend ourselves, or at least like distract them, besides like just the fucking flare and the sonic resonator that doesn't do anything. The flare, I noticed, it works either too good or it doesn't work at all. So like I understand like the game, you're not supposed to be dominating the ecosystem, you're just supposed to be joining a part of it or whatever. But if I have another twin stingray destroy my tadpole at the very like end section of the game, I'm gonna fucking lose my shit, bro. Dead ass. I'm basically gonna become an angrier and more Mexican version of the Hulk, dude. Like it's so infuriating. This has happened to me twice now in my sessions, when I'm like going out to scan like the shit near like the little acid pools at the very end, and I leave my tadpole above because, you know, it doesn't have more than 450 meters depth, and one of those little motherfuckers destroys my shit while I'm away. Like if you could maybe like get a module or something that you could like, I don't know, make it like invisible to like regular creatures, or make it so that way like you yourself can put on like some like a special suit that like makes it so like regular creatures like go away from you. Because like really, I think like at least for me, it's always been like the leviathans or the things that are scary, not like the random little like creatures like the nibblers or the marrow breach. The marrow breach though, actually, he's kind of scary a little bit. Like the first couple times you have to deal with one, but then when you realize that it only does 5 damage and it just comes and harasses you constantly, it's not scary anymore. It just becomes a nuisance, right? Especially because like their aggro range is like insane. So that's a whole nother thing, actually. Just like reducing some of the animals' aggro range. I think the aggro range as a whole needs to be kind of scaled properly, because it feels like the Leviathan, like the collector Leviathan, sometimes you get super close to this guy, he just ignores you. Other times he'll just like actually follow you around, like leaving his area. Other times he won't do anything. Same with the marrow breach. Like sometimes he'll just like be on your ass the whole time, and then other times he's just like dicking around doing God knows what. Same with like the little stingrays and like those like fat fish like near the end section of the game. So yeah, I just think those are a couple things that they should change, or maybe even making it so like if you're not in your vehicle, then like animals can't attack it or something. Like I don't know, just something, because it's very annoying. Just like another couple things that I would like to see. These are kind of just like more smaller personal stuff that I would like. Number one for me would be like a scanning module for the tadpole, kind of like how you had for the sea moth, where like you could click a button, would like use a little bit of power, it would like scan the whole area, highlight everything in red. I think that would be like super useful, especially for like the very like dark parts of the game. I just liked having that. It was convenient. Like I was always spam clicking it just so I knew where I was going, especially in the dark areas of the game. A couple other things, probably just like more rooms, like more building rooms, like that you can have with the habitat builder, just like making more stuff. Because like I feel like bases, especially, like you only really got like the processor, the fabricator, storage units, and like I guess like the module, or the body modification thing. Although not like you only really have a couple right now, so they're gonna add more later, I'm sure. But just like more rooms would be cool. Like I don't know, maybe they have like an aquarium or something, kind of like in the first game where you had like the alien containment unit. That'd be cool. Indoor grow beds is another thing I would like to see. It'd be cool to have like a little gardening room. That'd be cool, why not? Or just more decorations too. I would like to see some more decorations, because like right now as it is, like building is kind of lackluster for me. I really like what they're doing though with like the whole like modular side of building, where you can kind of like make rooms as big as you want and stuff like that. That's kind of cool, but I just like to see them add on to it and like build upon like the building mechanics, no pun intended. But yeah, I like it. Oh, and then the last thing would be like another like pet like creature you could have, like the cuttlefish from Subnautica 1. That'd be really cool. Or like the little like tiny toy pinguino you could have in Below Zero. I think stuff like that like adds a little bit of charm to the game and makes it more fun. Last but not least, obviously this is kind of a cliche, but just more biomes would be awesome. I've been seeing some rumors that like the collector Leviathan isn't in its like intended biome, and like that it's supposed to be like in the deep abyss or something. Like that would be really cool. And I definitely see the vision that they're having with this game. Like playing it like after you're done, it's like the perfect feeling, because you know you're gonna get more game later, and that's exactly what you want after you beat the game. You just want more of it. And like this current build I think was absolutely phenomenal. Just a couple minor gripes, just mostly with the connection and stability, but I mean all the other stuff I said is like secondary to that. Number one should be the connection and stability. But like if they just added at least half the things that I mentioned in this video, that'd be really cool. I would think that would be great. Like if we got like some more like crazy biomes too, that would be awesome. I feel like they weren't really as ambitious with that in the first game. All the biomes felt relatively standard to like nature. But if we got something like that single-celled organism biome like they were like had in the concept art, that would be really cool. Like shit like that. Like I would love to see that kind of stuff. Or if we had like a biome that was like a giant like a great jaw, that'd be really cool too. Little things like that I think would make the game feel a lot more lively and a lot more unique, because I mean this is a whole different planet, right? So it wouldn't make sense for the ecosystem to be like entirely similar to that of the first game. Actually, you know what would be cool too? If they had like an Atlantis type of thing, where like they had just an entire biome that was just like a former alien city. That would be pretty cool too. Like an entire alien city that was like taken over by like nature as like the millennia have gone on since the actual aliens live there or whatever. That'd be cool. Cause like so far for me, my favorite biomes in the game were like the two late game biomes, where like you're in like the alien kind of area, and then where they had like the I think it's like the power plant with like the acid biomes or the acid pools on the floor and stuff. Like little unique stuff like that I think goes a long way to make this game feel unique, to make it feel alien, and just overall like a really cool experience. So you know, if you liked what I had to say, like the video. If you have something else that you would like to see, add it in the comments. I would love to talk about Subnautica 2 with more people, because you know, as it stands right now, like the game is pretty small. So you know, just if we could brainstorm some ideas together, because you know the really cool thing I really like about Unknown Worlds is that they listen to feedback. They listen to the things that the fans want for the most part, and like take it into consideration. So you know, maybe this video gets some traction, we're able to actually get their attention and get some of these additions added into the game. So yeah, that would be really awesome. I'd love to talk about it more with you guys. And if you guys want another Subnautica 2 video, feel free to let me know. I would love to make another one. But right now, at the moment, I just wanted to make like a shorter video because I haven't posted in a month. But I'm working on a KOTOR 2 like long form video. So far, I'm 12 pages into the script and I'm not even like a quarter of the way done, I think. So sit tight for that one. That one's going to be a banger. But yeah, thank you guys. If you made it this far, listen to me rambling, I really appreciate it. So if you could leave a like and subscribe, that would be awesome too. Love you guys. Bye.